You know what makes me really happy about this setup? We're all the same size.
I know, I was like, I
know, we're like
so
towering
short.
over them. Like,
dude, when Jason sat on the couch for that episode when you weren't here, he looked so tiny.
I know, I'm like,
We don't know what's going on.
What I was wearing.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to
What?
podcast. I'm Aubriana.
I'm Jason.
I'm Alston.
And I'm Becca.
Did you hear? She mocked me.
Wait, who?
One of the girls.
So today we're talking about current events in our country and how we feel about it.
I'm tired.
We hate it.
It's exhausting to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first off, I was thinking about this last night when I guess when I decided what we were talking about today. And I was thinking, so when he was elected, and if you guys don't know who we're talking about the giant talking orange.
Blech.
The Cheeto. Jinx.
When he was elected, everyone was like, we won, we're the majority. And it's like, you weren't the majority when he was elected. So because that's their biggest talking point is this is what the people voted for. This is what the people want. But not even a third of the country voted for this. Mm-hmm. And yes, I understand a lot of the not a lot, but like a chunk of the country is children. But out of the adults, not even half of them voted for this. And now it's like even worse. They're like, this is what the people wanted. But you have so many people who voted for him who were like, not gung-ho MAGA, just Republicans voting for the Republican candidate who are like, I wish I never voted for him. Mm-hmm. And they're still like, this is what the people want. What people? The white supremacists?
Mm. All I have to say is it says something about how much we know as a country about voting or how our government works or anything when the top Googled thing the day after the election is, can I overturn my vote? Can I change my vote? Mm-hmm. So you regret voting for that, but like it's too late. That's not how this works. That is like that's not where we're at. Like this isn't a joke, and now we're living through it, and it's exhausting.
I mean, I'm clapping for Canada and Australia who just voted in liberal leaders and learned from the U.S.'s mistakes. But why couldn't we have been smarter? Why couldn't anybody have listened to anybody? This is not about Republicans versus Democrats. I'm neither. This is about keeping America, the land of the free. And nobody is free if we're not all free. Mm-hmm. So if Jason's not able to live his life the way he wants, and if Alston's not able to live his life the way he wants, none of us are going to be able to live the lives we want.
Like that's literally how I feel about it. Like it's
just really like f***ed up to like wake up every single day and there's something new. That's like huge. It's not just like, oh, like blah 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 happened. It's just like
I need to know where MAGA is getting their information from.
Exactly.
Because I'm so confused because here's what I do. And, like, TikTok, there are some creators on there that I, like, take at their word because I'm like, I know, like, you do your research, you whatever. And there's some where I'm like, I hear something and then I go Google it. And then I look for reputable sources. I don't share shit until I know it's true. Mm-hmm. I'm just... Where are you getting your information from that tells you that everything that's going on right now is fine?
Straight from his mouth. Whatever he says, they believe.
But politicians lie, all of them. And don't come in that comment saying, but what about Biden? Fuck him too.
Literally.
Mm-hmm. And he's out. He's gone. Mm-hmm. No more of Biden did this, Biden did that. Just shut the fuck up already. He's gone. It's all Cheeto. Don't get me started.
Also, I want to know who tans him.
Yeah, they're up on his face now. Like, do you see how, like, so much white is there?
He does his own makeup.
And I'm just scared one of these days, like, I'm gonna get that letter that your Medicaid is done. Like, your Social Security is gone. Because, like, I'm on 4, 5 different medications, and if I have to pay for that, that's, like, almost $2,000, maybe over $2,000. I'm
Yep, that's true.
There's genuinely not one job you can work around here full time that would cover that.
I know, right?
And that's what is the problem. Like, none of our government works for us because this is what most of America deals with. And maybe if you're watching this and you're a little bit more privileged or you have a higher income, that's amazing. I don't think you deserve less because you have more than me. I just think we need to have the same chances as you. We literally live in a small town where one of the highest paying jobs is a factory where we literally are at work 6 days a week. And if we want to work overtime, it's 7 days a week. We're in this factory. And we get paid decently well, right? But after so many years, we got to this. Like, I got hired on at $14. $14 an hour. That isn't... And people cry about $15 an hour. It's like, no, that's not, that's unskilled. My job is not unskilled. If we didn't do what we did, certain things would not be built for... We are an full American, corporation, company. So, that is very important. That's what Donald Trump is pushing, right? That's the whole point of the tariffs is let's get American manufacturing back. Well, that is our job, and we get paid nothing.
I don't understand what the fight against raising minimum wages, because you'll sit on the internet talking about how you can't afford anything, and then somebody will propose to raise minimum wage so that we can afford things, and it's like, no, you don't deserve that. I only got paid $7 when I started working. That's the whole point. And inflation is a constant thing. Prices are always going up. Every year we have to raise prices a little bit more because things change. Money's stupid. But anyway, and then the tariffs. The people who are screaming about Trump's tariffs, it's not that we're against tariffs. It's that we're against the way he's doing them. You can't just throw out retaliatory tariffs on every country and expect us to succeed. It takes years to bring companies back to the States. This is something that it's a slow building process. You tariff a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. You don't throw 145% tariffs on China and expect everything to be fine. Half the in our country is from China, and yes, I get that's an issue, but it's not one we're going to solve overnight.
I think that's the biggest thing for me too when it comes to it is I do believe, who knows, back in the day, the good old days is what they like to say, right? Manufacturing was huge in America, but those factories and those corporations or those companies, whatever, are not here anymore. Mm-hmm. Those things where people worked, they're run down. It's not like, okay, let's go reopen wherever they were. It might not even exist. So what are the incentives of bringing companies back here?
And he preaches on bringing all these manufacturing jobs, but it's gonna take how many freaking years to build a company? Mm-hmm. You can't just 6 months and this new microchip company is made. Mm-hmm. That's 5+ years.
It takes research. It takes tons of test runs.
Mm-hmm.
And it also takes employees willing to work.
Exactly. When we get a new machine, it might be a year that we have that before it's starting to produce things. Mm-hmm. So it's just imagine having to test run every single machine in a whole factory.
Yes, it can happen. Yes, it should happen. Things we buy should be made in America. Our money should be invested in our economy. But tariffs are not going to do it. All the tariffs that he's putting on these countries right now are going to do is make the rich richer.
But it's just also, realistically, we can't make everything in America. And it's important to have allies. And the way that Trump is running, well, just the whole administration is running our country, we're just burning ourselves into the ground. We have no, people on our side anymore.
That's what I was just going to say, too, off of what you were saying. I do agree. I think it's important. I do like buying things that are American made, especially, more small town, though. That's what it comes down to is I love going to, as we talked about in other episodes, farmers markets. I love going and getting, one of our friends has chickens and quails. I will buy her their eggs. Things like that is what American made should be. But we have to have some sort of trade with the world. They should be tariffed. That's fine. If there needs to be some kind of import tax, understandable. But like you said, throwing on a huge tariff on something, is not the way to do it.
Especially when we have no ground to stand on.
Yeah.
Like, China doesn't care about the tariffs. We're not, like, we're nothing. It's a drop in the ocean to their economy. Like,
On top of all of that, our country was built on immigration, and we're now deporting all of our workers, all of our farmers, all of the people that run these farms, because it's not white people.
And now child labor is coming back to it because of that.
And they're trying to pass child marriage laws again.
Ew.
Or get rid of child marriage laws.
and they're deporting children alone, and they're having children go in court without a lawyer.
Here's the biggest thing that pisses me off and that people are not understanding is that they're not giving these immigrants due process, and they stop giving immigrants due process, and what's to stop them from not giving you due process?
Right.
Because at this point, they're just saying, well, these immigrants did this, that, and the third with no due process, no proof, no evidence. So what's to stop them from saying, well, you threatened me online, you murdered my mom, you did this, and just arresting you, and you spend the rest of your life in prison for something you didn't do. And these people aren't being sent home. They're being sent to Guantanamo Bay.
Right?
They're being sent to El Salvador.
Torture prisons.
A torture prison where you're not getting out. If you go in there, you are not getting out. The orange turd needs to...
Orange turd needs to get flushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good at this.
You're so good
That's
at
a good
this. Let me tell you about a few things that have been commented on my posts about this, because I'm very loud and proud about my viewpoints. I posted a picture, non-political, just a picture of me talking about my bangs and like asking how to style them. And I was wearing a sweater with not even a full rainbow. There was no purple on it.
It was just a stripe across.
It was a red, orange, yellow, green, and blue stripe across the middle of the shirt.
It wasn't fully gay. It wasn't fully gay.
It was bi, like me.
I was gonna, like you.
But, some old lady commented, this old lady that actually called me racist once.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this sweater, and she's like, get a new sweater. And I'm like, why? You don't like the rainbow? She goes, not that rainbow. And I was like, what rainbow do you like? And she's like, only the one God represents.
A rainbow's a rainbow. Like,
I take the joy out of everything, bitch. She also commented on another post because somebody was talking about, I was talking about immigration and deportations, and oh no, actually I was talking about Canada becoming our 51st state.
oh God.
I had shared a quote that Donald Trump said that it was just an imaginary line and we should just get rid of it and have Canada be the 51st state. And somebody was like, well, it's true, they're just separated by a line. And I was like, yeah, so is Mexico. Why are we deporting Mexicans? And I said, is it because they're not white? Somebody called me racist for that. I was like, dude, I was making a point. Like, we're willing to accept the white Canadians, but not the Mexicans.
Literally.
People think that anytime you mention race, you're racist.
Yeah.
My daughter, literally, we just had a conversation about this because, thank God, they learned about the segregation I think it was for Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Oh, that's good.
And she was talking about it today to me, and she was like, yeah, did you know they used to separate black people and white people? And I was like, yeah, it was called segregation. She goes, yeah, they had to... whatever. And I was like, yeah, they had different drinking fountains, different schools, different bathrooms. She's like, yeah, and they even had to sit on different benches.
Yeah.
I was like, yep.
So fun.
She goes, that's a stupid rule. I'm like, yeah, it is. She goes, we're all people, we should be able to sit by whoever we want. And I said, you're right, we should. And she said, except for meanies, they shouldn't be allowed to sit by us. I said, you're right.
She knows what's up.
She does. But, like, the fact that my 8-year-old grasped this concept and we have an 80-year-old man in office that's like...
Deport all the brown people.
Okay, I gotta swing back to that the line between America and Canada is just imaginary. So what are all the state lines? Are they just imaginary too?
Right.
But they make it such a huge deal to throw. The part of the reason, like, Roe vs. Wade got overturned is to put it back to the states, right? But... who cares if it's just an imaginary line?
Right.
Like, we can't act like that.
Let me just go smoke weed in Minnesota. As soon as one person doesn't have it, everybody doesn't have it.
Yeah.
That's MAGA's mentality, though. It's not happening to me, so I don't care.
And then when it does happen to them, then they start crying.
Why would this happen? There was one person who his wife got fired because of Trump, like, for all the government layoffs. And he literally tweeted Trump. Was like, please help me. My wife was laid off because of your cuts. I know you're doing your best, but please help me. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like, fuck you, dude. Fuck around and find out.
Amen. Oh, by the way, guys, Donald Trump is totally okay with us going into a recession. He says it's part of the process.
Yep.
That's what I think is scary. Like, it's... Okay, I just also have to say this. We all need to have the mentality of the fact that this is a cult. When you are in a cult, it doesn't... We can all see that this is wrong and messed up, but there is no convincing them because they are already under the spell of it. I've watched so many different TikToks about, like, diving into the people. Like, there are people that were like, whoa, this is too much and have left. Yeah. There are people that quietly leave just because could be scary for them, or they have so many, like, family members or friends that are still really deep into it. But the full-on cult people, like, you're never going to make them understand until it's, like, fully broken.
And also understand that there's a huge difference between Republicans and MAGA Republicans.
Oh, yes. Definitely. They're their own party.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Republicans who voted for Trump the first term and refused to vote for him this term. There are a lot of Republicans who voted for Trump this term and deeply regret it and are out on the streets fighting against what he's doing.
Even Mike Pence was, like, against him.
Tell me why you have half of Trump's previous cabinet, not even more than half of Trump's previous cabinet, telling you this is a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Do not put this man back in office. And we still put this man back in office. The people who worked side by side with him said, do not do it. Mm-hmm. Any other person, not Donald Trump. And somehow he's still president.
Every single Republican tanks the economy. And all these people are like, well, I just wanted prices to get lowered. I just wanted taxes to, like, be lower. But it's just, like, this has been a thing consistently throughout, like, the last 200 years, where every time a Republican becomes president, the stocks go down, the stock market crashes, prices go up, unemployment rates go up, like, and people are just, like, shocked Pikachu still.
In my opinion, Republicans have always been about money for themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's what causes the inflation and all of that. And, like, a lot of people love to throw around Biden and his inflation because it got up to 9%. But that was during COVID. Mm-hmm. Imagine if Trump had to handle COVID the entire time. Like, he already handled it the first year. And that was a shit show.
They literally act like inflation was only in America.
Other country, we recovered faster than any country in the world from inflation from COVID.
And they made it seem like, oh, it's just America. Biden's doing this to America. It's like it was everywhere because of COVID. Like, are you dumb?
Literally, Trump was handed the best economy in the world.
Mm-hmm. Our education system and everything is so broken that not many of us, even I don't fully understand taxes or most of things that go into the government, and that is the point. And that is what is scary and I believe personally I'm going to throw this out there as a disclaimer, as this is all of our opinions and this is all of our thoughts and, like, processes of how we feel about what is happening. It's scary. I think we can all agree on that. Yep. But it really hurts my brain sometimes trying to think through a lot of what is happening, because it's just like you said, every day we're waking up and it's one thing after another, and you wake up to a new thing every day, and it's very exhausting. I personally truly believe that our government was broken as soon as people started accepting money to put things into bills. Mm-hmm. And that goes for every single part of our government. I can go toe-to-toe with anybody about, like, oh, guess what? I don't think it's right that Nancy Pelosi's, what's it called? Her value is she's worth how many millions of dollars. I don't think that's right. I don't think anybody who serves the public should get paid more than the general public. That is the point of them doing what they're doing. Great if Trump actually is giving away his daily or whatever salary from being president to whoever. That is amazing, but y'all still have to understand what money is going into his pocket from doing other things. And as soon as that started happening, our government isn't for us. Mm-hmm. That's the problem.
Here's the thing that irritates me, though, because yes, it is infuriating that Nancy Pelosi makes that much money off of bullshit, but if you're going to criticize Nancy Pelosi, why are we not criticizing Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Oh, I hate
Because
that.
she's getting rich. As she was buying up all the stocks when Trump announced the tariffs. And then when he revoked the tariffs, the stock market went back up. She made a bunch of money.
They all did. Like,
yeah,
they
that's
got
what
how
I'm saying,
much?
though. Like, they love to point out the Democrats that are making money, but not the Republicans that are making money. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I just don't understand it. I literally had, oh my god, I shared a post about, something about money and politicians, and somebody commented and shared this chart about how much these people made before, how much they were worth before and after being president. And it had Trump at like $4 million. And I was like, that bitch is worth $4 billion.
Yeah, $4 million is not that.
And this
that
person
much.
that commented that thought that it would make a point to be like, well, that was his money that he inherited. That doesn't make it better.
Draft dodger.
Bone spurs.
Bitch ass baby.
I just think we need to hold everybody to the same standard. It's our shit is broken.
Term limits for everybody in the government.
Right?
Term limits for everybody.
Like, all these old farts, too, in the government. Like, get the fuck out of here. You're, like, about to die.
It just makes me so mad. We are not the land of the free if you're controlling everything we do.
Let it out, honey. Put us in government.
We'll run that shit right into the ground.
It can't get worse than where we're at.
Yeah, it can't get worse.
That's my never-ending feeling. I'm genuinely not gonna lie, when we just got paid this week and we didn't panic buy. Like, I never have been the type of person to overbuy like way too much anyway. Like, even during COVID, I want y'all to know, like, the first week of actual COVID, I was out of toilet paper. Like, I don't panic buy. Like, we literally, like, were going all over Chicago trying to figure out where to buy it from.
Oh, you were there too, like in the city.
Yeah, we were fully on in the city. See, yeah, we just got like a couple extra things of dog food and, grabbed like a ton of spices. Because I genuinely, like, we don't live anywhere near ports, but I've heard ports are empty. We're not getting a lot of stuff. So we don't make everything in America. Not just thinking of like iPhones or cups or cars. We genuinely can't grow coffee anywhere in America. We genuinely don't have certain spices in America. So we stocked up a little bit extra. So, and I'm not going to say it's going to outlast whatever could be happening or whatever could happen, but it will last a little bit longer than if we didn't.
Here, especially, Ansley goes and unrolls the whole roll.
Oh, no.
Our ghost does that.
Yeah.
I literally was standing, like, fixing my hair in front of the mirror, like, a couple months ago, and I was nowhere near the toilet paper. Hadn't even, like, touched it, and I don't know. And just goes...
Do that again.
All I have to say is I felt better about our ghost girl because Abby was over the other day, and we got this new toy for the dogs, and it literally is, like, this unicorn, and if it, like, touches anything, it, like, vibrates and makes noise. And I took it away from Nala because she went so crazy for it. So I put it on top of this thing, and nobody was by it, and it just kept going off. It kept going off, and I kept almost falling off the shelf. So I grabbed it, and I was like, if this goes off one more time, this is going in the car. And I put it back down, and it quit going off. But Abby was like, oh, but it went off probably, 5-6 times before I had to be like, literally stop.
And then as soon as she said stop, it stopped.
Stop right now. Thank you very much.
Just a little bit of acapella there.
A little bit of Spice World.
Can I have that Jumex?
Yeah. This video is not sponsored by Jumex.
But it's delicious.
Sponsored by Pumex. I farted.
Here is my biggest opinion. You are not a good president if you need everybody to agree with you on everything.
All these yes men, it's so stupid.
And I just think any politician, or again, public servant in general, you have to be able to criticize them. That's the whole point. Mm-hmm. If they're not doing what we elected them to do, we're supposed to do that. Mm-hmm. It's not about we elected somebody and then they're untouchable.
They're too scared to talk back to him.
Oh,
Just kidding. Sorry, the baby's sleeping. Cindy, get out of here, you rat!
Cindy.
Oh my god, babe!
Oh, he's farting. Stanking the place up.
Oh my god! But like, for real.
This is your reminder that these are our thoughts and opinions and feelings on what is going on in the U.S. You are not obligated to agree with us. You're also not obligated to stick around for our videos if you don't agree with us, but this is the reality for a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way that we do, and we want to create a safe space for those people to come and enjoy our content and have the clarity and the knowledge that we are on their side and that we stand with them. So if you do not agree with our opinions, you are welcome to leave at any point, but we do appreciate your support and your views, and we are allies to those who feel like they're in danger right now.
Please no hate comments. We don't like that.
Or I'll moon you.
Did you hear it? I was trying to gulp like really loud for you.
Yes, I heard it.
I heard Elson gulping. All these politics are so damn funny! We're oh my god.
Cindy, get the fuck out of here.
You're so stupid.
Stupid. Come on, I have to pee so
I
bad.
know. I gotta pee too.
I don't, you weirdo.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts and opinions.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
What?
Gay!
Did you say gay?
Yeah.